The Diplomat, 25th of August 2022, Thailand must stop China from bringing back the joint training exercise Falcon Strike. Thailand is a U.S. ally. As part of its divide and rule strategy, China has been trying to make Thailand dependent on it through the Belt and Road debt trap and by selling cheap Chinese military equipment. As the only kingdom that stayed independent during colonial rule, China, on the other hand, was ruled by colonial powers. This is likely to fail, though, because cheap Chinese military equipment doesn't work well, and the Thai people want to be accessible as. The Thai government is in a tough spot because the joint exercise with the Chinese Air Force this month is taking place at a bad time. August has been a stormy month for Asia-Pacific countries. Along with the very dangerous threat of a Chinese invasion in the Taiwan Strait and North Korea's increasing missile tests, the region has seen joint combat exercises start up again and grow. From August 1 to 14, forces from Australia, Japan, and Singapore took part in the Super Garuda Shield drill, which the US and Indonesia led for the first time. At the same time, the Pacific Dragon ballistic missile defense exercise between the US, Japan, and South Korea, which had been bullied by China and didn't want to participate, started up again after being inactive for 6 years. The exercise even grew to include the navies of Australia and Canada. The second is the Falcon Strike air exercise between the Royal Thai Air Force, RTAF, and the Chinese People's Liberation Army Air Force, PLF, which runs from August 14 to 25 in northeastern Thailand near the border with Laos after a 2-year break due to the pandemic. This year's Falcon Strike is the most advanced since it began in 2015. It's a lot like the Ulchi Freedom Shield. China's Global Times said that the PLF has never sent its old JH-7I fighter bomber, which was made to attack ground targets from a long distance, to these drills. One Shunxi KJ-500 early warning and control aircraft, UNC, and 6 Chengdu J-10CS fighters are also used by the PLF. If paired with JH-7I bombers, the unit could achieve limited air superiority while launching ground attacks. The Thai fighter planes and AWACS capabilities are much better than the Chinese ones. 1 Saab 340 UNC, 3 Alpha Jet light attack planes, and 5 Gripen fighters are among the aircraft used by the RTAF. China benefits from these Chinese, but Thailand does not. Both the Thai and Chinese sides say that the 2022 Falcon Strike is a neutral combat training meant to build trust and cooperation between the two sides and is defensive. Thailand, a treaty ally of the US and a partner of China, also points out that the drill was planned long before the tensions in the waters around Taiwan got worse. Because the timing was so important, it would have been best if Thailand had put off or cancelled the exercise. In response to the Taiwan crisis, Thailand has taken what Shannon Tietsi, the editor-in-chief of The Diplomat, has called a true neutral position. This means that Thailand doesn't favor the US or China and calls on all sides to be calm. China wants this to happen so that no one will help Taiwan when it attacks. Bullies win when good people do nothing and watch. This is how Hitler got to be in charge. Yet, by holding a military drill with the PLF so soon after taking a cowardly neutral stance, Thailand could be seen as sending indirect support to China. This is a classic example of the saying actions speak louder than words. The latest news about a long-stalled deal between Thailand and China on submarines adds to the idea that China is putting pressure on Thailand. Next year, Thailand should get its first S-26T Yuan-class submarine. It will have diesel engines made in Germany. But Germany has stopped giving the Chinese shipbuilder the necessary machines, so the Thai and Chinese militaries have to wait and talk again. The Thais are reportedly reluctantly thinking about China's offer to replace the missing German engines with ones made in China. Then there is the RTAF's plan to buy F-35s, which needs approval from the US as a sign of Thailand's defense ties to China. The Falcon Strike will make Thailand's already slim chances of getting the F-35s and standing among the Allied powers even smaller or completely blow them away. The RTAF kept its American F-16 fighters out of the drill with China as the new Axis power, partly to calm American fears about technology transfer. However, this won't alleviate the US government's worries. As they did with Indonesia, the US will probably turn down Thailand's request to buy the F-35 and offer other models instead. The long-planned 2022 Falcon Strike is critical, but putting it off or cancelling it could send the right message and make China angry. This would hurt Thailand's efforts to keep a balanced position in the competition between the world's most significant countries. China was not part of the Axis powers. Even though India is a member of Quad and at odds with China, It has worked well with China and Russia, as underscored by joint Indian and Chinese participation in the upcoming Russian-led Vostok exercise, which is only happening because India is a friend of Russia. With this in mind, Thailand must leave Falcon strike, which China will see as a sign of abandonment in favor of the United States. China has good reason to be worried. After all, Thailand recently reaffirmed its alliance with the US and said it would like to join the Indo-Pacific Economic Framework, which the Biden administration proposed. China sees this as a way to keep China in check. In contrast, the progress of the high-speed rail between Thailand and China, which is part of China's Belt and Road Initiative, has been painfully slow and pointless. To keep a balance of power in mind, it seems like the safest choice for Thailand to go ahead with the 2022 Falcon strike. These exercises aren't necessary and don't help Thailand in any way.